mementos.
I'm assuming Katie is in the room with us?
Yes.
Okay.
Was it actually working again?
Kind of.
If you guys need to be on the same screen or something, just so we can hear both of you.
That's probably
That's
what
fine.
we're gonna do.
Guys, it's hot Gerudo summer. Get it together.
Dude, I'm so excited. It's like, hey Jenna, since we have to do a fast session, can we just like fuck around and not do any story stuff for 2 hours?
That's
Yeah.
like normally what we do.
That's I honestly we should do that.
Yeah, Lydia and Laura hit the town.
Oh
Come on.
god.
Oh yeah, you sure you want that, Sarah?
Never mind. I was gonna go hit up my possible GF, but now I don't know if I want to do that anymore, because...
Does that have to happen right now?
Is it...
I don't care. Not my pizza. Alright, well we gotta wait for Matt to finish wrapping this pizza, which he could have done anytime in the past 11 minutes.
Matt's in the kitchen.
And we're waiting on him.
Point and laugh.
Point and laugh. Oh wait, he can hear us this time, because he has he's mobile.
He's mobile.
Oh. Live from the fridge. Let's go. What is this fucking ride you're taking us on, man?
It's a fridge cam! Fridge cam! Let's go! We should have a live
You
fridge
too
cam.
can view the fridge cam if you subscribe to Twitch.
Yeah, this is...
That is not true.
It's for subscribers only.
There is no fridge cam.
We'll make a Patreon so that we can get a fridge cam set up. And then that's where the big money comes in, guys.
It's gonna be like those cameras that are on like wild animals for 24 hours a day, except it's just Matt and Jenna's fridge.
We'll just name the tiers different things. Like the first tier will be like Jenna's new laptop. The second tier will be like Katie's new laptop.
Third tier, fridge cam.
It just gets better and better. But yeah, I do have to be at work at 6 a.m. tomorrow, so we are not going all the way to 11 o'clock.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
Jenna.
so that just a full preface there for everybody.
You are
But
God's strongest soldier.
honestly, this week feels like it. I'm gonna jump into the recap if everybody's ready to go. Talk about what we did last. We saw our heroes of Hyrule. They had arrived at the Gerudo Canyon stable, marking the end of their journey through the Canyon Pass. Here, they caught up with the locals and passed time, waiting for nightfall to travel. And as the sun set over the Gerudo Desert, our heroes utilized their Rito cold weather clothes and began to cross the sands, taking a long rest before reaching Karakara Bazaar. They were met with aromas of grilled meats and fruit pies coming from the market stalls in this leisurely oasis. Among the people 11th Hour met here was a relaxed Rito named Guy, who much preferred the heat to the cold. The bazaar's innkeeper, Kachu, annoyed by the disturbances in the sands. Retired desert expert, Savima, now sharing delicious fruit pies with strangers. And stranded pond Zora Renara, much to Natara's surprise. During their time here, our heroes also took the time to scry on the infamous Bogey, revealing his group to be in the process of harvesting valuable gemstones in the canyons of Eldin, while the Hylian woman assessed a map of the region. As 11th Hour prepared to set out across the desert once again, their journey to Gerudo Town not yet completed, Lydian and Lorhannon practiced their methods for entering the city. Before they could reach the walls of the town, however, our heroes stopped to rest, finally managing to scry on Ferosa, Inari's secretive mother. What Lydian saw was a woman in a dark space, cooking a meal for herself without a worry on her face. That rhymed. Finally, the moment of truth was upon the two men in the party, but what our heroes found at the northeast gate was a group of 4 other men pestering Riza, a Gerudo guard normally stationed outside the throne room, now working as a solo guard of the main entrance to town. That's when Inari's training kicked in, and she sent the Hylian Voe away from the gate with her intimidating presence. Gerudo Guard Inari then vouched for her all-Vi group, and the 11th hour ladies were free to enter. The main courtyard of the city was quite the letdown for all the newcomers, as it was almost entirely empty. Inari then approached Bertree, normally posted at the south end of the throne room, now guarding its entrance. The middle-aged Vi proved to be quite disapproving of Inari's leave of absence, but informed her that Boliara is likely at the barracks with most of the town. On their way, our heroes made a stop at the noble canteen, where they found the sickest of the sick being cared for by the youth of the town. Among the Gerudo here were many regulars at the tavern that Inari was able to recognize, including her dear friend Poki, unconscious and doing very poorly. As 11th Hour investigated the bar, Akila detected a trace amount of River of the Dead water in a dispenser Ferosa used to craft her specialty drink, Noble Pursuits. Inari tried to help her friend with the water she carried, but it appeared to be too potent, causing further harm, and while her magic wasn't strong enough to help Poki entirely, Inari was able to undo the effects of the necromantic water. And that is where we find our heroes now. 11th Hour, as you depart from the noble canteen, orienting yourselves eastward towards the barracks, Lydian, you catch up with everyone else, clutching a tiny unraveled scroll with Gerudo text inscribed in faded ink. What do you want to do?
I am gonna set the vibes. I cannot read Gerudo, so I will be catching up to Inari and saying, Inari, can you read this for me?
Inari got like, no. Inari will just nod and take the note.
Inari, you begin...
Where did you... Yeah.
Go ahead.
Where did you find this?
I think I found it in a compartment underneath the bar.
Oh, yeah. Go figure. It would be there. She lets us have her secrets.
You begin to decipher the note. It's pretty faded, as mentioned. Very old. The paper itself feels very old, like it could fade away, given another couple decades. But this is... I'm sharing it. This is what is written. What's inscribed here.
Uh-oh.
Guys,
We have 1.5 ounces of hydromelon, 1 ounce palm fruit, 3/4 ounce freshly squeezed volt fruit, 1 dash his water, rock salt to rim, no ice.
What is his water?
I like that she specifically wrote it in italics
In
as well.
italics, bro.
She has hate
like-
in her heart for whoever this his is.
Oh, this is a man too. Oh man, I'm so. Oh man.
All right, we need 1 dash of Ganondorf juice, I assume.
That's right. Yep.
What? So this is definitely then. It looks like it has to be. I just can't get over Ganondorf juice. I'm sorry.
It's delicious and nutritious.
Oh my gosh. Off to a good start. This is definitely, I mean, it has to be, I don't know what else she would keep there. It has to be the ingredient list for the drink then. So if we just
The Noble
hold this-
Pursuit, yeah.
Yeah, so if we just keep it, we can maybe hunt down some of the ingredients. I already know some of well, I don't know if any of the women are conducting business in town right now, but
So
Some-
what makes me skeptical is that we were working under the assumption that the River of the Dead water was an ingredient in this, which is why it, the traces of the necromantic magic was on the vial of it as well as on the people. But there's no, unless the River of the Dead water is his water, it's not in the ingredient list.
I think it's his water. I think that's what it is. I think my mother was just being vague because she didn't want to write River of the Dead water on the note in case people found it and then questioned why she was giving them River of the Dead water in their drinks.
Right.
I don't know what his means though. That
implies the existence of, or at least your mother's belief in the existence of some sort of spirit that watches over all the spirits of Hyrule or the souls in that lake.
Is that the person trapped in the canteen?
What? There's a good chance.
Yeah, that's most likely it. It wouldn't surprise me.
Maybe, yeah, the person in the canteen alters the river of the dead water that's in the canteen, and that's what makes it his water. So we know the gender of the monstrosity in the canteen, but we don't know anything else about it. We know their pronouns.
Thank you, ladies. We are one step at a time. We are figuring things out. But all right. Well, we'll keep this, and then we'll figure it out. No ice, though. That is interesting to me. All right. Well, let's just thank you, Lydia, and she'll like kind of stuff it into her pocket very carefully so she doesn't fuck it up, and then we can head on to go locate Valaria, I believe.
Barracks. Yep, that's
yeah,
correct.
Barracks.
The good news from this recipe is that it appears to use very little of the water you've gathered. If we're able to distribute it to the town, and they can gather enough of the material ingredients, they should be able to produce more of these.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. She's doesn't get this water frequently. Her trips to go get it when I was younger were very sparsed out.
We could witness
Dash-
the effects of feeding one of the sick the canteens, and if it's positive, the supply of your water would give us enough time to get to the bottom of the cause while they can simply triage in the meantime.
It's a good idea, even though I don't really like the idea of giving them more of it. I think it's our best shot. So we do that. Let's tread lightly, though. I don't know if I want everyone to know that my mother is solely responsible for this yet until we know what's going on with her.
Magically
Agreed.
addicted half the town? Yes, I think we should
Yeah.
keep that quite close to our vests.
And so, you all make your way east towards the barracks. Unless anybody has anything else they want to be doing.
Yeah, not everyone needs to come along.
Nope.
Okay.
Ah.
Now we're just waiting for my Gerudo Town dock to open. It's been a couple minutes.
I can vamp. It's fine. Inari.
Yes.
What were growing up around here? What were some of your favorite spots to visit?
Let me.
Yes, Sarah. What are your... Give us some lore.
That wasn't meant to be a test. It was meant to be.
Well, I mean, I really enjoy. It's called Fashion Passion now. It wasn't called that when I was younger, but
Mm.
you know,
It was like a smaller indie shop or something.
yes, it was. I mean, yeah, indie.
What was it called instead?
I mean, I can't remember. It's been years.
I didn't know if there was just a strange name. Or...
I know Ari's like really defensive all of a sudden. The sand seal. I really like the sand seals too. Ideally,
Did
it'd be fun if
you
people-
race at all?
Like we rented them once, but that was when Pokey and I went and got in some very deep trouble, and I was not allowed to use the sand seals after. So
You're banned from owning...
Well, no.
Nari got in trouble.
no, I got in trouble with my mom, not necessarily, or my mom, not with like the entire town. But yeah,
Mhm.
Pokey can tell you more about that if she doesn't die.
Sounds like
Speaking
sounds
of-
like you could tell us more about that.
True.
Laura, thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. I don't know. We just wanted to go. Like Pokey wanted to go on an adventure, and I thought I'd follow Pokey to make sure she didn't, get killed or injure herself. And then we found some cool things, including the circlet on my head, and then almost got ambushed by some monsters. And then guards found us, brought us back, and my mother was forever angry with me, or my mom was forever angry with me. So not that interesting.
Sounds like you did some cool stuff.
That's the only cool thing I've probably ever done in my entire life, though, Lydian. So,
Well, then what made you want to join the Guard after being apprehended by them?
I wanted to join the Guard before that. I was actually kind of worried that was going to affect my ability to join. I have like a mentor who I hope is okay, But Honora inspired me to join. She was very cool. My mom had me serve my ba had me serving all the drinks in the canteen, and she always visited. So she was the only guard who humored me when I said I wanted to learn how to use weapons. So
Lovely.
yes.
Perhaps if my sister is dead set on joining the Rito Guard herself, perhaps you can give her a few pointers for staying alive once we get back to Rito Village.
I mean, she already seems like she's on the road to being a wonderful guard herself. There's only so much I wouldn't be able to teach her. I don't have wings, but wouldn't it be nice? She seems great. I think she'll make a great guard.
I think she could learn a lot from you. She's still got a very scrambled head on her shoulders.
Hey.
I don't know what's
Kila's
scrambled.
not sure whether to laugh, given the seriousness of the moment.
And Ari doesn't know what scrambled eggs are, so she's like, yeah, it's... I'll look for like jewelry and things like that. So, I mean, I should probably take you all to the Starlight Memory Store at some point while we're here.
Oh, we could definitely sell our jewels there. Reap a hefty profit.
Yes, sell all of the jewels. Exactly.
Why did you say it like that?
I think, don't we want to make like some jewelry for Natara? And I think there might be something that might be able to help her with like electricity resistance, possibly.
Oh, that would be very helpful.
I'm not sure if
free
they
up
still
one of
sell
my
it.
enchantments.
Yeah, she has cool earrings. Yeah. Isha.
And how are we doing?
I'm good now. I've been.
You're good? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
We riffed too hard.
I was letting you guys
God.
go. This was
You
great.
rift too close to the sun.
Well, you guys partake in some conversation as you make your way down to the barracks, passing by what you know, Inari, to be the relationship classroom, if you so choose to point it out.
Inari doesn't point it out, and in fact, she will desperately try to make sure that no one knows what that is.
Is there a sign?
Oh, absolutely,
Can
there
we-
is a sign.
Can we roll insight
But it
versus
is in
deception?
Gerudo, so
I can read
only
Gerudo.
you would be able to read it, Aquila.
I will look at Inari,
Inari is
make sure that she locks eyes with me, and I will say nothing.
sick. That's had a little sigh of relief, like.
But
Face pushing class.
you guys reach the barracks. Certainly, before you even walk in, the most populated place in this entire town. There are warriors and children and students alike just bustling around, busily trying to tend to the rows and rows of ill Gerudo that are resting here. Inari, would you like to lead everybody into the open area where people are being housed, or would you like to make your way to Boliara's office?
His office, probably. Just trying to limit the chaos this group gets into.
So you swing around to where one of the last places you were last time you were in town, and make your way to her office, where you knock on the door, you hear a gruff, "Come in," and you open the door and see her sitting at her desk as she was last you saw her, but clearly a lot more disheveled, stressed, worn, bags under her eyes, does not look well, but not in the same way that the sick at the Noble Canteen did not look well, just as if she's been getting about an hour of sleep every night for the past couple months. Approximately like that.
Oh gosh. Well, Inari will bow briefly.
Boliar stands and with her staff in hand and puts it on the ground and sits back down, and Inari, welcome home, or I should look at the words. There's a word for welcome.
That's fine.
Basak.
I I've been saying mom this entire time. We're trying our best.
It is assumed when I say a word that has a Gerudo equivalent, I'm saying in Gerudo.
Hell yeah.
Same.
Done with this.
What did Valeria say before we
Welcome home, basically.
talk? So, it doesn't look good.
No, conditions have not improved, but I'm glad you're here to lend a hand.
I mean, it seems needed. The foe are harassing the guards, guarding the gates now. I don't think they will be for a while, but you know.
Well, can only imagine what you did. I appreciate it. I'm stretched so thin and don't even know where to begin. Can I help you with anything?
Well, let me introduce my friends. This is the group I've been traveling with this entire time. Would you all like to introduce yourselves? She's no, they're a little shy. They're not used to being here.
Yeah, Akil will step up and say, I'm Akila of the Dueling Peak stable.
Then this is Laura and Lydia.
And I'm
Lydia.
Lydia. Auntie Laura.
I'm Natara.
God damn it.
Some of them caught a cold on their way here, so if they sound a little off, they're
The desert.
working on it.
The desert nights can be chilly. She kind of looks beyond the two that are questionable and looks at Natara. I don't believe I've ever seen a Zora here. Vasak, congratulations.
Thank you. I to help in whatever way I could, and we managed to get me here, so.
Well, must be very brave. We do have a bathhouse in the south corner of town, if you would like to utilize it. But it is quite impressive that you are here. Well, thank you for the introductions. Very respectable Inari to be traveling with a group of 4 strong Vi, as well as yourself.
Yeah.
What can I do for you?
We visited the canteen and saw the state of some of the people who are being housed there. Maybe we could ask you a couple questions about the illness. I'm also looking for my Ba, because she seemed to straight up disappear. And that beast in the desert is also something we're focused on as well. Took down the one near Laurelin, so can end the one here, hopefully too.
I see. As for the sick, to run through everything, we have everybody divided. The worst of the worst are at the canteen. That is where a lot of them started to become ill in the first place, and it was just too difficult to move. The visitors in town that are slightly ill as well are being held at Hotel Oasis, and the rest of the town that is ill are here, the barracks. Luckily, the children and a select few seem to not be capable of contracting whatever this is, so myself and the rest of them have been hard at work trying to keep everyone comfortable, keep their temperatures down, and help as best we can. I am kind of, as I said before, stretched thin, trying to protect this town as well as lead everybody in these efforts. as in assisting, of course, Chief Riju. Your second question, Yorva, I have not seen her in quite some time. She's not among the sick, but she's also not among the caretakers. Her tavern has been vacant for some months now. I can ask my guard that are still operational, those that operate the gates, to see if anybody has seen anything. I will get back to you on that. Perhaps we can figure out which way she left. Otherwise...
Yes.
Yes.
That would be ideal, that's what I was wondering.
I will ask around for that information. She picks up her pen and takes a quick note of that, puts it back down. And what was your third question?
Can't
the
even
divine
remember
beast.
it.
Divine beast. I was doing pretty good. My memory doesn't use my short-term memory is pretty bad, so I'm doing pretty good. As for the beast in the desert, who's at the outpost? Sudre is typically on guard at the outpost. However, she is among the ill. Though not a severe case, she is currently at the barracks, and we do not have... actually, do we have anybody? Anchi, typically posted at the ice house, is currently working at the outpost. I think she prefers to stay out of town, so it was an easy assignment. The ice house, enough trips are made back and forth each day trying to retrieve ice to cool the temperatures of everybody that I did not see the need to keep a guard there full time, given the circumstances. So, if you have questions about the sandstorm and creature in the desert, you are more than welcome to find her at the outpost, but unless it gets close to the city, it is not my concern.
Yes, obviously we are most worried about what's happening within the city. And if there's any way we can be of assistance, we'd be happy to. I don't plan on leaving until this is resolved.
You plan on leaving again?
Yes, there's something we have to see through as a group. Mainly the rest of the divine beasts.
And if this cannot be resolved, and I need you here, you will stay? Yes?
Of course.
Okay. If you are able to help fix the situation that has not seen any improvement, then I will consider permitting an extension for your leave of absence.
Be much appreciated. I've missed it here, though, so I'm happy to be back. Do what we can.
Oh, it is the best place in all of Hyrule to be.
Of course. Yeah.
Everybody nodding their heads.
Yeah.
For sure, man.
Natora is kind of shrugging. She didn't really react to that more accurately, most likely.
Oh, I will say the vacation was very nice for the short period of time where it wasn't inherently stressful. Laurelin is a wonderful city. So, you're ever needing a break.
It will never happen.
Ah, yes. Makes sense. But
Well, if there is anything I can do to aid in your pursuit of fixing the situation here, please do not hesitate to ask. I will see what I can do. I do not have many resources at my disposal right now, but I can offer you whatever I can.
Of course, we will look around ourselves. That information and my mother would be pertinent to it, though.
Certainly.
To appreciate.
Is there anybody else you are concerned about whereabouts of that I might be able to help?
Oh no. So Anara, perhaps. I don't know how she's doing.
She's
She's
here
okay?
at the barracks among the ill.
Anari's face just sort of falls. Isha? What about her?
I have not seen her. She's not here among the sick at the barracks. I will.
Okay.
She makes another note. I will check on the status of her as well.
Thank you. We should get going, though. See what we can do.
Thank you. Thank you for reporting here first.
And Anari will. She doesn't have a spear on her right now in her person, so she'll just bow and then awkwardly back out the door, as Anari does. And then I might, like, Anari probably wouldn't say anything. She'd probably just wordlessly start stalking toward the part of the barracks where she thinks Onara might be. Because she'd be, like, really upset about it, so I don't think she'd say anything.
Do you guys all see her making her way through an opening into the pretty open area? The barracks shown here, it looks as if there are a bunch of enclosed rooms, but the majority of the building is kind of an open airway with large columns, arches. Though it is covered, protected from the elements, it is very much an open area. Probably about, let me see, how many people are here? Probably near 24 or so cots are, and bedrolls, some of them not even in cots, are lined up and down in rows. There are a few people here. A Garuda warrior who wears different gear than Inari, who Inari, you would know her name to be, where is it? I have a long, big table here with every single person in this town. This is Lena. There is a child here helping, McCurr. There is Risa, a young student of the relationship classroom, meaning she's probably about like 18, and as well as person you know, not personally, but know as Tally, the best sand seal racer in town. They are among the people here tending to, helping, caring for the rows of sick here. Among the sick, people you would recognize, two commanders of the warriors are here. Kara, the assistant jeweler to Isha, is here. You would recognize her, as well as a couple guards from the gates. Dora, Kata, Lashley. Marina too. A lot of guards are here,
Yeah.
explaining the one guard per station thing that they have going on right now. Also, Ashai, the relationship classroom teacher, and among them, in her own cot, is Onara, resting with a cool towelette upon her forehead and a thin blanket covering her body as she rests. Moves up and down slowly. She's okay, but she's not well.
Does Anari get the sense that she's conscious? Or...
Could see.
Okay, well, yeah, and Ariel, I mean, she's speed running over there anyway, so.
The way just a fair warning, I've decided to do the sick here, the ones that are not gravely ill, like the ones at the Noble Canteen, con saves. So we'll see.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Ah. You approach. Do you say or do anything as you approach?
Anari would probably just sort of like get down onto her knees and sort of kind of look Onara in the eyes to see if she's like awake. I don't know if she'd like try to bother her.
The moment you approach, she stirs, her eyes flutter open, and turn to look at you. Oh. Inari.
Oh, Nara. And Inari will, probably the most emotional she's been this entire campaign, will just, probably not aware of her own strength, like just try to like wrap her arms around her and like a loose hug. So you're ill too.
It seems that way.
I'm just happy you're okay for now. Got here as quick as we could. We're going to solve this, my friends and I. And Ari's not looking at so she doesn't know what it's around. It's like, we're going to try to fix this. You're going to be okay. You will.
So. I know. I appreciate it. How long have you been gone?
Couple months. I ran into a Zora actually. Like I've been using the Zora that you forced me to learn with an actual Zora who's with us. Her name is Natara.
That's wonderful. They are a great people.
Yes, she's probably the most normal person I've interacted with the entire travel.
This makes the old lady laugh a bit, and the laugh turns into a cough, and that's wonderful.
You need to take it easy.
I will. I have been. But in your journeys, what has been the greatest thing you have fought and defeated? Please. I have to know.
It's hard. There's been a couple things. Do you know the big beast in the desert?
Molduga?
That's kicking up. No. Oh, that's fair. We do have multiple beasts in the desert. The mechanical one that's kicking up that sandstorm.
I'm sorry. I'm not quite aware of whatever that is.
Well, we fought. There was one of those beasts near Laurelin Village, and together as a team, we fought what looked to be a blight of Ganon within the divine beast itself. Slayed it ourselves.
Interesting. Well,
He had the power to turn the power of shadow and darkness. It was very bad. It was not a good time.
well, it sounds like a brilliant tale.
Thank you. We've killed a lot of things, though. And always like desperately trying to brag to this one.
Wanton violence.
I mean, this frail looking old lady is the woman that, in a sense, truly raised you, taught you everything you really wanted to learn, and was proud to share her knowledge of weaponry and wielding a glaive, I believe, is the main thing that she shared with you. She's so proud that she got to share her gift, pass it along to you, and she just wants to hear as much as you're willing to share about everything you've used it to do.
I mean, and Ari will pull out, I think she will pull out, like, the royal broadsword that she's got. Like, she's essentially just gonna play show and tell with an artist. So, like, she'll be like, I can't remember how exactly she got all these things, so we'll just
Got it from
pretend
a
that
Hinox.
Inari's. I did get it from a Hinox. Oh yes, we did slay a Hinox. So Inari's like saying that as she's like pulling it out. She'll pull out the feathered spear and the moblin spear. There's like a stick that falls out of her pack at some point, and she's like, "Oh, use that briefly too." And I've been using some of my magic as well, but I lost my spear. It broke a couple times, so that's no longer with me. But I still have the glaive that I got when you were teaching me that. That's still with me.
Excellent.
But yeah. I'm just happy you could meet my friends. I don't know if I've talked to them about you all that much. We've just been running around so much, but yes. It's just full of energy. Like, oh my god. I'm really just picturing Lydia like waving in the background the entire time. It's like cracking me up. We should let you rest though. I know you need it. And the next time we'll be back and we'll be talking, perhaps we'll have some good news about something to help you. I already think we have a lead, so we're just working on it.
She, in her frail state, her wrinkled hands extend to grasp your hand, and she holds it between hers, and she says, I know you'll do it. I'm proud of you, Devi. She releases...
And Nari tears up slightly, and there's like a single tear that falls on her face, and then she like quickly drops that. So, I couldn't have done this without you. Thank you.
You can see the Onara, the old lady she is, begins to get tired, and you don't have a lot of time left with her conscious here. She's gonna drift back off, as she's not doing great. But
Yeah. And Nari will just tuck her into the blanket and just make her comfortable. Before turning around to everyone. Is there anything you all want to do? I know we have things we need to get done, but there's people here that we can talk to that are conscious, hopefully. We could look around town and see if there's any supplies we can get before we try to talk with Bellaria again.
I think that we will, supply-wise, need some bolt fruit, but that's about it.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yes, I wonder if that was... Yeah, maybe... Yeah, we can have like a
Well,
little
I think we
shopping
need-
episode. Yeah.
Well,
However, I
Is
wish
there anybody
to study
even
the
shopping?
result of it.
sorry.
No, okay, I was
You're
gonna
good.
let you go. I'd wish to study the result
I
of the
think I'm
recipe
having
first.
bad internet. But is there anybody?
oh, you are having bad
Jenna,
internet.
is there anybody selling? Back to the phone.
I'm sorry, John. What did you say?
All I said was, I would like to study the result of the recipe before we distribute.
Oh, yes. Don't want to just use it on any of the people in town on random. We're not going to be my mother this time, or my mom. Damn it.
I want. I don't know if any of these people are Yiga.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying not to be like Anari, by the way. Like, we gotta look for traders as well, but yeah.
Minori's been just so busy girl talking and girl vibing, man.
Hey, fish out of water is distracting anyone from the weirdness of Lydia and Laura, so...
That's true.
Absolutely.
But at
Right.
least you're not a pond, Zora. Which that's the greatest description I ever heard.
Going to Zora's domain is going to be a trip.
So, sorry for cutting you off, John. I tried to join on my PC. It did not work. Anyway, I was going to ask Jenna, are the usual fruit vendors out there, or are they all sick and or gone away?
So when you guys entered, there were no stalls, like market stalls lined up. It was a lot of you came in, you saw signs that said Starlight Memories, Hotel Oasis, Fashion Passion, Arrow Specialty Shop. You didn't see any market stalls. However, Inari, you know that there is a corner of the main drag of Garuda Town that is known as Lauren's Market. And Lauren's Market has everything when it comes to food, basically.
Okay, so Nari would probably mention that then. Let everyone know that that's somewhere we can go.
Sounds like a plan.
Wait. Sorry.
Oh,
So,
what?
back to my first question about. I want to know if anyone here is a.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Go ahead and make an investigation
Okay.
check. Oh, I guess you'd have to do it for each person you look at.
Yeah.
You have to spend time looking at each person. So, Laura is just standing there staring everybody down, or just the people walking around?
Everybody.
Wait a
Okay.
second, because if a Yiga blended in and had a noble pursuit, they might have gotten the disease.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna try and play it off as like I'm just like a tourist who is like, like, oh, who are these people?
Okay. Instead of asking for a million investigation checks, give me an investigation check, but give me a performance check also, please.
Let's see, investigation. And perform.
Oh,
Pretty good. Pretty
All right,
good.
15 investigation and 19 performance.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely come across as a tourist. Being Hylian certainly helps with that, guys. But as you go one by one, and Inari wraps up her conversation with Onara, you continue. Do you want to stay here and hit everybody? Nobody you've looked at so far is Yiga in disguise.
We'll probably be back, so I will be like, okay, I'll stop here and then I'll continue my investigation later.
Nobody that you looked at, you probably were able to look at like half the room, honestly. Nobody in that half's a Yiga, at least.
So the other thing that looking at my character sheet gave me, way back when I rolled my 100 for the day, I gained the ability to read all writing.
Okay.
So
That's right.
so I do know
Oh my
what that,
God.
I do know what that building was.
Oh boy.
oh no!
It's over.
He's learned the
It's
truth.
already over.
I mean,
Oh my
you guys are
gosh.
right there. But the
It's
teacher,
the root over.
Inari knows that the teacher, Shy, is in the barracks. Inari, did you
Yeah.
share that with anybody?
Oh, she didn't say a word.
Trying to
Inari has
isolate
been-
everybody from the relationship classroom and the whole idea of it.
And Inari's gonna keep tight shit, or she's gonna try and fail, which is probably what's gonna happen. But
Don't worry, I'm putting it in my back pocket. It's not coming out quite yet, but
Thank you. I'm so excited. True. Maybe this will help Lorhannon, and he'll actually have that connection with that vulture lady.
I don't know if the people.
I don't know.
We need to check the credentials of the professors at this relationship classroom.
Oh, you're gonna tell Gerudo how to run a
Professor,
relationship classroom?
classroom.
Like,
also a Yiga, yeah.
oh,
That's the ultimate way to. That's how the Yiga are gonna win. They're gonna give bad flirting tips to all the Garuda women, so they just can never have children.
Gerudo women will have no risk.
The long con.
Where's my list of items? So, are you guys heading to the market then?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. I
Um,
am partially interested in Laura falling behind, but sort of shrug and keep up with the group.
along the way, as we kind of intend to buy some Volt Fruit, I guess I can bring up to the group now. Who do we want to? Do we want to help Pokey first with the first noble pursuit that we make, or?
I mean, I think we should. She seems like she's one of the more worse off ones. Which, considering how many noble pursuits she drank, it doesn't surprise me.
Gotcha.
I'd rather experiment on her than on Arya.
Well, if the cure works, there will have to be a strict rationing policy. Only enough noble pursuit to stave off symptoms a day.
I don't know how we're going to explain that to Bellaria or Bijou. That making sense.
Yeah, I feel like
Oh.
as soon as we say that noble pursuit is the both cure and the poison, it will surely cause chaos.
I mean, I'm going to just have to own up to what my mother has done. I can't lie.
We simply tell her the truth.
Yes.
If the noble canteen cures it temporarily, it is the best scenario, unless there is some other temporary fix for until we track down your mother.
Yes. I mean, who knows? We might not have this produced until after we find my mother anyway.
We
I don't
also
think we
have
all the supplies.
fast travel points to the River of the Dead, essentially, because we have the tower on the plateau. So we can
Yes.
bring back water almost infinitely, but obviously it's not a long-term solution.
The ingredients are quite sparing, unless there's some sort of incantation involved with the creation of it. I think we should be able to duplicate it.
Yes, we have to. What do we have? I know. Did we pick up a hydromelon and a palm fruit at
We
some
do.
point?
Yep,
Have
we do.
both
Alright.
of those. We just
We
need
have-
Volt Fruit.
Oh, we just.
I'm holding one hydromelon and one palm fruit in front of me, in front of
Oh,
my torso,
God.
but it's just I'm not.
Under your drape curtain that is a dress.
No. I'm not doing it intentionally. I'm like, yep, we have that and we have this, and it just so happens to look like it.
Okay, great. I'm giving LG the rock salt to carry.
It's interesting how no ice is underlined.
You don't need ice for it.
I know.
It's
I'm just saying. It was just curious.
freezing.
All
Who's
right. Let's try to
reading
get that
the
Volt
note
fruit.
right now, by the way? You
I
guys are
think
discussing it?
Anari has it on her, so she'd probably be reading it out loud just for.
Can you give me an investigation check, please?
Oh god, it's gonna be hidden writing or
Um,
something.
I'm going to, before I cast investigation, I'm going to give myself a bump on that, because, so, I'm going to do borrowed knowledge. Okay, so I gain proficiency on that for now. Oh. Let me click investigation. If I could get it. Oh, great. That's so fabulous. I love that for me. Jenna, that's an 8.
I don't think a +5 is gonna help you, so I'm not
with
gonna
a
give
plus
it.
4. I literally.
Old piece of paper.
Oh boy.
Oh,
I
Teehee.
mean, Hinari is mad dumb, so this is
Old piece of
canonically
paper,
correct.
faded ink,
Yeah.
virtually crumbling.
Love
Alright,
it.
let me mark that
Jenna,
spell
can I
off.
use my years of writing songs on paper and studying old documents? Can I use that to my advantage to see if there's anything wonky about the paper or hidden writing or anything?
I mean, Inari, you're the one reading it right now.
In a language you don't understand, by the way.
I can translate it for Lydian and let him look at it if he
Well,
wants.
I'm just saying, like, Lydian, are you really, like, interested in the paper right now? I gave her the opportunity just because she was the one reading from it.
All right, then yeah.
Realist.
I don't think it would make sense.
I don't think
All
it
I'll
makes sense
say
for
is
you
that-
to...
I'm just gonna transcribe it so that I have the recipe in my notes.
That's
Okay.
smart. This
Since the
thing
paper
falling
looks
apart.
like it's gonna fall apart, yeah.
Yes. So we need a vault fruit. So let's go to Lawrence Market. Let's see if we can get a vault fruit.
We'll likely need several, but one for now.
Yeah.
So you guys make your way across the main courtyard of the town, crossing over, approaching back near the stairs to the royal palace, but instead making a detour, turning left into this beautiful area. Definitely, compared to some of the other buildings in town, this is a newer, renovated addition here. Beautiful teal drapes make a uniform look to these market stalls that otherwise would just be varying degrees of, worn fabrics, if any at all, to cover the wares from the sun. But this is a pretty nice, uniform area. However, most of the areas where things would be for sale are vacant, without much there. Seems as though many of the merchants either are ill or, quite honestly, just not in town, for obvious reasons. However, there is at the center, the biggest and most beautiful of all of the stands, piles of fruit of all kinds, not just from this region, stacked high, plentiful. There is a woman. Can I go back to my list? There is a woman, younger than Inari, but not quite a child, maybe around 19, 20, kind of scrounging for some rupees and pulling out some and exchanging with the beautiful woman behind this beautiful counter here. The woman, you can hear the exchange, Sarkso, Savork, whatever. I can't do this, guys. I can't.
No, it's
Thank
fine.
you, goodbye. Like, just the general Gerudo greetings and thanks and goodbye and, a typical exchange happening. And the young woman who, as you guys enter, she turns to pass by you guys. She looks so worried and upset, and she just kind of, is hunched and carries her fruit and makes a turn around the corner. Anari, would you know her? That is the question. I don't know if you would. You could give me
Yeah.
history to try and remember her, or insight to try and recognize her. Either
Sure.
one, if you would like.
They're both 0 for me, so let's do history. It sounds 13.
13. You remember her name begins with a K. She's in Shai's relationship class. And you're pretty sure, she, her grandmother, or you might know her grandmother's name, probably not her name. Her grandmother, Nellie,
Nellie.
kind of spent some time in the noble canteen from time to time, buddied up with your mom, as well. But this is her granddaughter, you think. Name begins with a K. She goes around the corner, disappearing from view. But the beautiful stall with the beautiful Gerudo woman behind, her hair tied up in some kind of updo with a gold crafted headpiece, and bright smile, bright blue lips, joyfully greets you all as you enter this marketplace with a good day, Savak.
You don't.
I'm trying, guys. It just doesn't feel right. It does not feel right to just say good day or hello when I'm playing these Gerudo characters. I'm like, I have to say the things that they say. It makes the slight accent that I'm attempting to do make sense.
Okay. I mean, I'll not use Gerudo. If you don't want to use Gerudo, we can do it.
I'm going to
as
use
a game.
Gerudo every
Please
time.
do. Please use it to your heart's desire. It's totally fine.
I'm gonna use it just to absolutely butcher it.
That's
Okay.
right.
That's
Hell
incredible.
yeah.
Definitely approve. But Savak, she calls out, seeing the 5 of you enter the market.
Ari's like, Smock. In a very, lilted and confused way, just because the vibes are garbage right now. And she'll kind of wander up and look back to the group. So we're looking for 1 bolt fruit, right?
For now.
I mean, for now, yeah, sure.
Now. So, good day. Do you have a bolt fruit? We'll take just one.
Of course. I don't
Cool.
know if we've met. I'm Lorne.
Lauren.
This is my
and-
fruit stall.
I mean, it's quite the business you have here. It's a lot of fruit.
Yes, I know. I mean, my market. I get the best stall.
Yes. That makes sense. My mother might have been here from time to time to grab things for her drinks. So.
Oh, who's your mother? Who's your va?
Damn it, I forgot. Forosa.
Oh my gosh! The one at the Noble Canteen! I know who she
Yes.
is. I have not seen her in some time. I heard she closed down her shop.
Yes, I'm looking for her currently.
Oh,
but haven't been able to locate where she went.
Very sorry.
Seems like she's out of town. It's fine. It's okay. I'm just happy that despite it all, it seems like business for you is thriving, which is good.
Well, everybody
least I
needs
hope it
fruit.
is.
I mean,
That's fair.
very healthy to have a fruit-based diet. It really cleanses your system from anything else. And yeah, I mean, a lot of these fruits are plentiful, and I have my resources outside of town. It's been working out very well for me. Just one volt fruit. I can't interest you in anything else. We just had a fresh shipment of wild berries come in about 4 or 5 days ago. If you have any interest in those.
We might come back for more. I think if everything works out, we'll definitely need more vault fruit.
Ooh, you know what? Too.
Mhm.
If you're interested in volt fruit, could I
Yes.
interest you in a? She reaches down and pulls up a big hardy durian. A hardy durian. Ah, they
It
are
reeks.
to
It reeks.
die for.
How much would a hardy dory? It's so how do they taste? Are they good? I'm trying to not
Oh, of
metagame because I know
course.
what these do.
Of course.
Durians smell, by the way, Sarah. Like they stink
know.
real bad.
Yeah, I know.
So she just pulls out this fruit that rots.
Ah. They are so delish in any kind of simmered fruit you might make. Incredible. I always feel so rejuvenated whenever I include it in my dishes.
Oh, I love simmered fruit. Wait, how much would this cost if we got it with the vault fruit?
If you got it with the volt fruit, I could do both for 52 rupees.
Okay, guys, I think we should get both.
Agreed.
It's very good. Please.
Sorry, I have a cold.
If you insist.
All right, so it's 52 gold.
Rupees.
Rupees. Shit, yeah, sorry.
Silly
52
Billy.
rupees.
No D&D
alright.
currency in my D&D game.
That's right. The way
Um,
it should be.
Can I nudge Inari off to the side and say, can you ask her if, when the last time Ferosa was here, if she came here to buy her fruit?
Sure. So the last time that Froso was here, did she buy any fruit? Like, what did she get before she left? Do you know when the last time she was here? Essentially.
The last time she was here was probably maybe 4 months ago. Yes, probably about 4 months ago. She got her usual items for her noble canteen. Hydromelons, palm fruit, bolt fruit, among other things. Wild berries, bananas, apples. She typically gets a lot. I truly appreciate it. I don't agree with the way she makes everything. It's not just fruit. It should just be fruit. Pure fruit.
You've got me. I love fruit myself, personally. It's my favorite food.
I love
I
fruit
don't-
too. Where did she say she was going?
Or is it? Yes, what my friend said there. Did she say where she was going?
I mean, this was about 4 months ago or so I assume just back to the Noble Canteen. This was when it was still open.
Ah. Okay. Sorry, I'm just adding the things to the list. Resistance. Oh. Okay, well, That's helpful to know, though. Thank you. And I mean, thank you for the hearty durian. We're going to take advantage of using that in some of our dishes. So we appreciate it.
Of course. Please stop by anytime. Again, my name is Lauren. If there's anything I can ever do to help, please let me know. I am the fruit merchant. She's very excited about this.
It's really off-putting.
He's very like Soul Cycle focused.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh, that's
Yes.
perfect. That's the vibe.
Thank you. That's what I'm trying to go for here. Fruit cleanses and smoothies and if there was a NutriBullet in Hyrule, she would have like
Jesus
30.
Christ.
Oh my god, man.
He invented the NutriBullet.
Oh my gosh! I put in Anari's like list of questions that like seemed like fruit was just her favorite food too. So like I like
I believe that Inari was so off put by this woman's passion for fruit that she just said that fruit was her favorite food without without knowing if it is or isn't.
that's 100%. Do we need to get anything else? Is there anything else anyone wants here?
No, let's just get you a cooking pot.
I mean,
This doesn't seem like you put in a cooking pot. It seems like we still need to go back to the noble canteen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really understand how my mother like mixed everything, or my mom mixed everything. Like she had like a approach, and she wouldn't let me learn any of it because I refused to take on the business. So we can try. I don't know how that would work though.
Let's give it a
Your
shot.
mother ran a bar, correct? That's what the noble canteen is?
I mean, like bar, pretty much, yes.
Was this a alcoholic drink?
Jenna, would we categorize this as like an alcoholic drink in this universe? Because in Tears of the Kingdom, we know this is juice. So I just need to.
So, to clarify, there is a distillery in the Gerudo Desert that does make, basically, I totally forget, I'd have to find wherever I have this information because I did write it like a year and a half ago. Back when I did the research on the difference between an ale and a lager, I also added a distillery to Hyrule for the sake of vodka, tequila type of clear liquors. So there is a, what was it? What is the thing? I think it's just like, I think it's Volt Fruit Tequila, basically. Like, basically is what it is that's made here. And so, most of every drink at the Noble Canteen either utilizes that or some other kind of liquor. You always just assumed that Noble Pursuits also had liquor. You didn't know the recipe, and it had the same... The effect of the Noble Pursuit was indistinguishable from any other drink anybody got.
That's really. I didn't think. I wanted to know whether it was considered an alcoholic drink, and now that I know that it's considered, I will point out that the water is likely an intoxicant. Then all the other ingredients are non-alcoholic.
I'd be curious as to how that works then.
Considering it uses necrotic energy, I shudder to imagine. But we have a recipe to make.
Guys, this is why we should all just be straight edge.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
I love the little enthusiastic from this. It's so cute. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Natara's, yeah, she's fully for that.
I'm trying to figure out if I'm straight edge or if I am the furthest thing from straight edge.
I'm pretty sure you are further from it.
As Lorhan.
Oh, far away.
I feel like I could be straight edge because I'm not necessarily tied to alcohol. It's not like me and my friends at Rito Village needed alcohol to have a good time, but I don't know.
Yeah, I've had Inari drink wine, so canonically she isn't like fully straight edge either. Why are we? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to detract from here.
You're
I just had to
fine.
make a little bit. A little joke.
You guys are fine. I'm only half listening. I am reveling in this plot that I wrote 2 years ago, we are going through right now. So I am just having a great
slowly
time.
unraveling it.
I know.
I'm having a great time too.
I'm loving it.
So
So
fun.
don't even worry.
Is it about evening? We've probably been farting around town for a couple hours, and we got here like midday,
Didn't we get here at
right?
night? Or did we get here midday?
I thought we got here in the morning.
You guys got here in the morning.
Midday.
Yeah, it was like a little before noon. You
Because
spent
we
some-
traveled in the night and rest.
Yeah, you spent some time bebopping around town here. It's probably the evening. Like the colors are starting of like the area around you are starting to become warmer as the sun begins to lower in the sky, but not quite night yet. I can also move your little faux token here. Where would you guys like to go now?
So maybe do we want an audience when we're making this at the canteen?
Do not.
I would
think so.
say no. Yeah.
And there's going to be a ton of people at the canteen. Maybe we just try to futz about near one of the.
Can we stay at your house?
My house is the canteen.
Right. Isn't there a private residence
Oh,
there, or is it
then,
being
sorry.
commandeered?
I mean, we can go and see. Try that out there.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's just head on over.
Yep, you guys make your way over. I would say, like, on this pass by, Inari, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but the Starlight Memories has a sign that says closed. It's not, like, boarded up or anything. It just says closed. But that is that state. But yeah, you guys go to the Noble Canteen, ascend the stairs that line the outside of the building up 2 flights, and enter you and your vase home.
It's the pad. Hello, everyone. I don't know. I had caffeine today, so I'm wilding out.
What is there anything of interest as soon as we walk into Inari's
Yeah.
home, or anything embarrassing that I could point out?
Exactly. Is there a poster of Isha on the wall somewhere?
I would never let my mom know that.
I mean, whatever embarrassing things, totally up to Inari, like up to you, Sarah, like what Inari would have in maybe her room or whatever that's embarrassing, but this is just a normal Gerudo residence. It's got a nice view being up high here. There's also a rooftop terrace type of space. Like, this is a very nice building that your mother owns. So there are, I would say, as well, there is a residence below the canteen that she probably rents. You know, why not make her a landlord too? She's already so she's already like
so evil.
Oh,
guys.
evil,
evil.
right? I don't know.
She's definitely a Yiga. Oh, come on.
Yeah. You're a
Oh my
landlord.
gosh.
You are a Yiga.
But yeah, so basically there's like this half, like, I don't know, this kind of ground floor that is an apartment. There is the main floor, which is like up a little bit off the main road. That is the Noble Canteen itself. And then up 2 flights is your residence, and then above that is another staircase that goes up to like a little rooftop terrace garden. Nice little place. You have a really nice home here.
Nice. I will say that like she does have some things in her room. I won't say what, but if you roll really well in an investigation check, maybe you'll find them. I don't know. It's up to you guys. I'm not going to
Show us
sit
your
there and
stuffed sand seals.
And
Oh,
Ari,
hell
and Ari,
yeah.
and Ari bullied the hell out of Lydian by accident in Rito Village, so I gotta like
I
give you the opportunity to like fight back, man.
got
oh
a
my
dirty.
God.
I got a dirty 20.
It's over.
Oh no! Shit! Why did I do that?
What you got,
Um,
Inari? What does
Inari's got
Lydian
a little-
find right away?
And Ari's got a diary that she probably wrote in from when
I'm
she
just-
was like 14, 15, hidden
Oh my
halfway
gosh.
underneath her bed. So
I'm just imagining Lydian walking into your room and just walking straight to it, picking it up and putting it in his pocket.
I'm not gonna.
Like
I'm not gonna
dead walk to it.
I'm not gonna put it in my pocket, but I am going to. I don't have time to read all of it, obviously, right now before Inari, I assume, stops me. But I'm going to flip through all the pages and see if I see any sort of drawings of her and a Vo, or like her and a heart or anything at all, just to see if she had any crushes.
There would be no drawings because Inari can't draw. But
Oh.
if you probably skimmed it closely enough, you'd see Isha written like a shit ton of times.
Ooh.
And there's also a very worn out sand seal stuffy on the top of her bed that she probably used every night. So do that what you will. Yeah, I'm sorry. I saw those in game when I was playing Tears of the Kingdom. I was like, oh my gosh, it's adorable.
The sand seal.
It's so cute. But yeah. Inari doesn't notice what you're doing, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
have
so
fun.
I'm just going to skim through as if I'm like looking around at the walls or something, but I'm looking through the book for embarrassing secrets.
Most of that book is just Inari.
You still can't read it.
You can't read Garuda.
Oh wait, hold on. I don't have any sort of bullshit like I can read another language for 20 seconds.
I mean, I'm not gonna say what you could do here, but there is someone in the group who you could go to who'd probably want to mess with Inari pretty heavily if you wanted to in the future.
Yeah,
if you want to wait till Inari's going to bed.
I'm gonna try to subtly like, Lorhannen. Can he read Gerudo?
This is the new Strahd book, by the way. You guys are gonna spend like nights trying to read passages from this shit.
So, like, in general, I cannot read Gerudo, but today, I sure as hell.
Today, I can. Today, we embarrass Inari.
I'm gonna like toss the book in a sly way behind my back to Lorhannen.
So, I was gonna try and snoop on Ferosa's stuff, but
Oh, true. That's probably way more important.
Yeah, Inari will go looking for Ferosa's stuff, so she canonically is not paying attention.
Now that Lydian's thrown me this book, I'll do a quick snoop in the diary.
Yeah, you're just gonna see a lot of entries about Inari being like, "Oh, I got to hang out with Isha today. It was so great." Like she'll really just talk about a lot, and it's very glowing. Like this, like Inari is so flat when she talks about like romance to you guys, but this is like she's using flowery language. She dots like the letters in Isha's names with hearts. Like it is like the most corny, sappy, like overly romantic shit you probably ever read in your entire life. Like this is Inari being whipped to an extreme degree.
So Lorhannen still can't read this. He still doesn't understand.
So I'm basically, me and Lorhannen are tag teaming this book where I'm explaining the romance and he's explaining the Gerudo.
This is like a scholarly like decoding. Right now.
Yeah.
I don't know, Lydian. She's kind of just talking about what she did during the day. I mean, like, she hangs out with this Isha person a lot, but like, I mean,
Oh, so Isha is the person she has a crush on. I wonder if she still does.
Wait, we've been over this one. It's not that she wants to crush them.
Oh, yes. It's not that she wants to crush, but more like crush with her face. But like crush their face with.
I recall.
Yes. Remember, faces are very integral to this.
Nari going through her mom's stuff like, yeah, this is all going really well.
Imagining it in like the fake voices too.
Yeah.
Well, we have no reason to disguise our voices right now.
I feel like we're definitely keeping it up though, right? Like,
I feel like I dropped mine at least, and I'm like I don't want to keep talking, but like if you want to, because you feel like we're being watched or something, that's on you.
Nah, like if we feel confident we're okay here, then yeah, I wouldn't do it any more than I needed to.
I will, however, take the book and like after Lorhannen recites to me a passage from it, I will go into Ferosa's room and like hold the diary in front of Inari and say, today I hung out with Isha, and it was so much fun. She's so pretty. Do that.
I just want to like fly across the room and like she's so much taller than you. I can't have her like jumping to try to reach it, but she's like going to try to snatch it like from your hand. Like,
I will pretty much like let her snatch it from my hands.
Tara was probably helping Inari like look for things in Ferosa stuff, and I'll just be like, Lydian.
I'm sorry. I have a younger sister. I have to tease people. It's in my blood.
Why were you in my room?
I don't tease my younger sister.
See?
Well, it's a big brother thing. You wouldn't
Also,
get
I'm
it.
older than you.
I know, and Natara's gonna pull out the whole "I'm 110 years old" thing, but it's what I have to do. Okay.
Was there anything else you were looking for in my room outside of my diary?
Clues? I don't know.
Well, my mom wouldn't. My mom wouldn't step foot in my room.
Really? I feel like she would helicopter like everything in your room.
I mean, she did when I was younger, and then I said, "Oh, I don't want to run the business," and she was like, "Well, I don't care then anymore," and I got to just do whatever I wanted. A little more free, I guess. But yeah, and Ari's like desperately trying to stuff the diary into like her pocket. Like, how much of it did you read?
Oh, just I don't
And
mean
also,
to get.
also, wait, you can't speak. You can't speak Gerudo. You can't speak Gerudo.
Yes,
Who-
I.
Who helped you read this?
Nobody.
Speak into Lydian's head, and I'm like, don't you dare! Don't you dare!
I may have respected your culture enough to pick up a few words here and there, and I just
Enough
kind of pieced
words-
it together.
Enough words to like pretty much read and understand like a majority of the entries of this book.
Not a majority, just the first couple. I mean, we don't want to like
Did Aquila
wrong
help you
you.
do that? Because Aquila would never help you do that.
Aquila might have helped me. Yes.
And Ari's like,
Aquila is in the other room, like working on a kitchen table. I'm setting up my tinkering table. I'm ignoring this like sitcom plot that's going on in the other room. I'm in my like Zen. I've got like LG like running around my feet. It's just this is great. Sun, surf, and I'm hearing this commotion in the other room.
Yeah.
and Nari hears that, takes the book, and starts walking towards Aquila. And then just bursts in and is like, "Oh, so you're an accomplice now.
What?
This one went about snooping in my room and read my book, and obviously he can't read, so it had to be someone who understood Gerudo. Did you help him read this?"
I'm gonna look down at LG and look up at Inari. I'm gonna say in Gerudo, I've been here the whole time.
Okay, well now I feel a little embarrassed.
He said the thing.
Oh,
I've been here the whole
whole
time.
time.
Meanwhile, Lydian, having sent Inari on this red herring trail, is snickering to himself.
Where's Lydian?
I'm
Yeah, am I still with Lydian? I'm like, what's so funny? Natara is fully standing up for Inari at this point.
Bye, stand together.
Nothing. I just sorry. I was thinking about something funny. We should continue looking, huh, Natara?
I don't believe you, but okay.
That's the spirit.
So, for the, I guess, anyway, the setup of this home, this residence, is a long main room, a couple chairs, a table, a bookcase, a kitchen with a cooking pot and a couple cabinets, and then on either side of the long wall, two open cases to enter to two bedrooms. So that's what we've been working with here. One on the left is Inari's, one on the right is Ferosa's. Anybody who is doing actual investigative work here can feel free to give me an investigation check and tell me which room you're in.
Yeah, I mean, Inari would have been looking at Verosa's stuff until. Oh shit! I don't think Inari even needs to roll.
That's
It's like, Natara is pretty much. I mean, I'm gonna do it, but Natara is pretty much. Okay, thank you, Natara.
What do we got?
Oof.
Well, Natara got a nat 20, and she was in Feroce's room with Inari.
For a
I got
total
3,
of
and I was Heroes as well.
what is the total of your?
Oh, it's just a 20.
It's just a 20? Okay. And Lorhan, you were where with your 3?
I was also in Feroce's room.
Okay.
I got a 3.
Okay.
I'm racked with guilt.
I feel like I would have been shenaniganing too hard to actually do any worthwhile investigating.
Yeah, I had Inari roll just before everything happened. She was in her mother's room looking, and she got a 9. So, you know.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, as far as Lorhannen, you're not finding anything. This like residence, the way things are set up, it's just kind of foreign to you. I feel like you didn't have any time in Gerudo Town, did you? Yeah, so it's just kind of like you're having trouble like figuring out where things are. You think you find a secret compartment, but then it's just a drawer with some clothes in it. Not going well for you. Inari, you are kind of like too familiar with this place, in the sense of you're looking around and you're like, it's just the same stuff I've been seeing my entire life. Really not finding anything. Things aren't going super great for you. You're just finding like, okay, like this was my vase. You know, this is where she slept. These are her clothes. Not finding much of anything. Natara, with a natural 20, how do I want to do this?
She's gonna kill you.
How do I want to do this?
I have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
No, you are looking. Yeah, I'd say it's probably. I'm just trying to think of where this would be. I think under the bed is a fair spot. There's a lot of things under here, a lot of boxes with old jewelry, a lot of miscellaneous things of that nature. But there is a box, pretty old. You pull it out, and there is a old so you know what? Probably not a box. It's one of those cylinders that like hold posters. You know what I'm talking about? It's that kind of box, I'll say. Strikes you as kind of odd. Pull it out. It was pretty well hidden among everything else because of its weird shape. But pull it out, pop off the top. There's something in there. Paper of some kind. Dump it out. It feels fragile. It feels old. But carefully unraveling it, unrolling this rolled up painting is an old painting of a young Vi. Looks kind of like an Ari. And an older Vi. You'd imagine maybe around an Ari's mom's age. Around that kind. What you imagine, you know, like a older woman, Gerudo woman. Looks somewhat like an Ari. That's what you find.
I will show it to Inari and ask if the younger one is her.
Yeah. Jen, I'll have Inari look. Can she kind of pick apart what the picture's playing? If it's her or her mother?
You've never seen this before. It'd be kind of weird if at that age, your mother, you don't remember having a painting commissioned and like posing for anything. You don't remember your mom ever getting that and displaying it in any way. And it looks old. The young
That
Vi
must-
resembles your mother.
Ooh. So this is. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So that's my mother then. And that's my. Well, I guess would it be grandma? Like.
Grandmother is
Um,
Baba.
There's
Oh,
a word for
Baba. There is a word for it. I learned that in Tears of the Kingdom. I should know better. So that's my Va and my Baba then. I don't know why she would just have this rolled up here. That's weird. Maybe we keep this. I don't know. I don't know if it means anything.
Inari, do you know anything about your grandmother?
Jenna, would Inari know anything about her grandmother? Because I don't think there's any mention of her in her what you would know sheet.
You honestly like don't really, you never met her. She wasn't
Mhm.
around when you were young. You give me a history check.
Oh yeah. Okay. History check. History. 15.
You remember, looking at this photo, trying to remember anything about her because your Va never mentioned her Va ever really. You remember a name, and you're pretty sure it's your grandmother's name. It just kind of pops in your head. Elaza.
Elaza.
Aelasa. Elaza. And you're like, that kind of seems right. And you look at their faces, and your Va appears to be maybe like 12-ish in this painting. Pretty young. And your Vaba has her hand like posed on the shoulder of your Va and has a very stern, serious look about her. She has, the way her hair is styled is very precise. It is tied back in a similar fashion to how you know your mother to wear her hair. But she has a couple like tendrils that like fall on her face in a very precise, coiled way, with a headpiece that kind of holds everything back, with a gold color. She appears very serious, very stern.
So it runs in the family then. I haven't seen this in ever. Thank you, Natara. Maybe we keep this. I don't know if it's important, but I mean, I at least don't want to lose it. I don't think I've ever seen my. Forget my Baba. Oh gosh, I'm trying to remember.
For the
Gerudo.
record, the word Va does not exist in the Gerudo language. I derived that word meaning mother
Oh.
from grandmother.
Interesting.
Made it up.
Okay. That should help me remember then at least. But yeah, maybe we can share this with the group. I feel like I'm so used to staring at things like this that I've been staring at oregano like the entire time. But maybe we can share this with the group, and if anyone sees anything else off about it, they can point something out. I feel like I'm primed to just be used to this. But thank you.
Of course.
So are we still in the same room as a kid? I just know that everything happened and we were like in all these different rooms.
This probably happened before Lydian burst in with
Okay.
the We'll
right.
we'll to orient the timeline here. We'll put it there, and then Natara's rolling it back up. Lydian bursts in with his fake voice, like, "Ooh, look what I have!" And then we pick back up with. I mean, Akila, you're setting up at the table in the main room.
That's right, I do be tinkering.
What you tinkering?
I'm gonna probably start to try to make the recipe.
How you going about it?
Well, I'm going to cast Detect Magic. and I'm going to be trying to take notes about my observations the whole time, very precisely measuring out the ingredients and trying to go about this as scientifically as possible.
Let's see. Trying to think of a role. This is a very unique thing. I'd say for the sake of this is this is going to be an Arcana check. I'm going to say,
All right, will do.
given how you describe the way you're going about it.
Okay, that's going to be a
Oof.
26 total.
Plus
Ooh,
9. Damn.
very nice. So you very systematically measure out precisely 1.5 ounces of hydromelon juice, 1 ounce of palm fruit juice, 3/4 of an ounce of freshly squeezed volt fruit, which you squeeze promptly. You crush up some rock salt and rim a glass, and you mix all that together and add 1 dash of the River of the Dead water, I assume.
Yeah,
Yeah, are we
really,
able
but
to just
somehow-
like get like a splash out from the thing without
Yeah,
spilling everything?
Yeah, pretty easily. Yeah. I mean, it's a vessel that is intended for drinking, so it's not that hard to pour. Just a little bloop. And you watch with Detect Magic, the drop itself, emanating that same energy, drips into the glass, and you watch like you know when you drop food dye in like a drop into like a glass of water and you watch it like disperse, you watch the colors of magic on the mostly green color of magic on the River of the Dead water drip into the glass and disperse as if it's green food dye. It has the faintest glow of anything, almost undetectable if you had not been watching with Detect Magic. Honestly, you don't know if you'd be able to notice if you hadn't been watching the whole time with Detect Magic. But it glows nonetheless.
I had hoped the natural ingredients would prove as some sort of counter agent and would reverse the effect of the River of the Dead, but unfortunately, Inari, it appears that your mother was serving necrotically laced drinks to everyone in the village. We could try with this batch, but there's one further round of experimentation I'd like to try if you're willing to perhaps accidentally destroy this batch.
Wait, what? What do you mean accidentally destroy this batch?
I have
What do
one
you mean?
additional test I'd like.
Okay.
Do you have your ice magic? Is there any
Mhm.
way you can manipulate that to create some ice for me?
Let me take a look. I think the only magic, the way I could really do that, all I really have is create water. I do have ice missile. I think not ice missile, it's something similar, but I don't think I could do that and just shoot it to the glass. That probably wouldn't be effective. But let me take a look. Yeah, I have ice knife, but that's it. Yeah, I do. I have create or destroy water, but yeah, not ice. So
We could.
We have ice downstairs.
They probably have ice downstairs. That's true.
All I wanted to try was, she specifically insists that we do not add ice. I wonder if there was some sort of effect that comes with it, or if it's just a simply aesthetic taste.
I mean, yeah, there's nothing I can do. I mean, we can try regular ice, but then that might just destroy it.
We can always make more. We have all of the ingredients. Did that consume a whole hydromelon, a whole volt fruit, or a whole, like the fruit ingredients?
It probably takes half of a volt fruit, and then probably half of a volt fruit to get the, because it's fresh squeezed. But then I'd say like 1/4 of hydromelon, 1/4 of a palm fruit. So each of those fruits is enough to make 4 servings. as like the ingredient contributing.
I mean,
So-
maybe we try with this one. Try to put
So
ice
do we
in it.
wait? Do we have 4 servings, or is it just the 1 serving?
You made one serving. You measured out
Okay.
what you needed, but all it took from it, basically, you know, you can make 4 servings from one hydromelon, 4 servings
Gotcha.
from one palm fruit, 2 servings from one volt fruit. And I'd
I
say for rock salt, I mean, you can make a good couple of glasses. You're just rimming it, so.
If you don't wish to risk this batch, then we don't have
I
to try
mean,
it. It
if
was
we
simply a
can-
thought I had.
If we can make multiple versions of it, why not? Just see what it can do.
Is this going to require more and more checks every time, Jenna? Or
I'd say no. You've got it down. Like it worked. There's nothing really to it. You're just mixing a drink.
all right, then I'll use the other half of the Volt Fruit, and we'll make a second
Okay.
version. Just we can have an ice version and a no ice version.
Yeah, you whip up an identical version of the Noble Pursuit. You use up the juice of the Volt Fruit, though.
I'm guessing this takes longer than 10 minutes. This whole process.
I'd say with the way you're going about it, being so carefully, it probably takes about 10 minutes to make both.
Gotcha.
All right, mark down all the ingredients.
Thank you. Okay, so we want to try to put ice into one of them. I mean, I can try to grab some, but yeah, Nari can't make any.
Sure. Yeah, we just need to get it from somewhere. I'm gonna start ritually casting Identify on one of them.
Okay.
Inari, is there an ice bucket downstairs for the drinks?
Shanna, is there an ice bucket for the drinks downstairs?
You know
Or-
where the ice cooler is, where ice is
Oh, okay.
kept. I'd say you also remember that she gets a fresh delivery of ice every day.
Okay. Alright. Alright, we'll go check that cooler out then.
I can't imagine I can't imagine the ice would be in there because, the drink hasn't been made in 4 months, so.
Who knows?
The
Let's check.
captain said that they are delivering ice repeatedly throughout the day to the village to
Yeah.
care for the sick people
Mm.
and the
Also-
sick people. are here. So
Yeah, wait, if she's getting ice delivered every single day and she's not using it in any of these drinks, what is she using the ice for?
Well, the village might be using it for cold
Well, no,
conferences.
I meant before that. Like Inari's had like her mother
True.
has gotten the
Oh.
ice delivered, like that's
She makes
us.
other drinks. That was
Oh,
one of the things I
just-
was saying, like with the
True.
Volt
Good point,
Fruit
yeah.
tequila. She makes other drinks.
Okay. Alright, never mind, that's not us. Alright, well Inari will go see if there's any ice at all, just so we don't have to go trekking through.
Yeah, you head downstairs. At this point now, there is only, it's the sun is setting. It's getting dark.